Greetings everyone, I'm Professor Wilkins and this is the Color Board Tutorial Part 2. The Photoshop features are the swatch panel, the slice tool, rectangle tool, ellipse tool, move tool, paint bucket, layers panel, rulers, align and distribute. This is part 2 of the color board tutorial. In the previous tutorial, we selected colors from the Island Paradise mood board to create a color group. We're going to now use this color group to create a color story, or a color board. Also, the swatches panel looks different than the previous video because the previous video was updated to feature the new swatches panel in Adobe Photoshop 2020. In the previous tutorial, I saved the color group on my laptop. To import back into Adobe Photoshop, go to the far right, click on the hamburger bar, scroll down to Import Swatches. Here's my swatch. Select the swatch group. In this case, it's Island Paradise New. Click Open. Go to the Tools panel and scroll down. And here it is, Island Paradise New. I'm going to grab it and move it to the top so I can easily have access to it. And when I click on the folder, here are the colors. Let's begin. Go to the Layers panel and turn off the mood board layer visibility. The bottom layer should be a white blank canvas. Double-click on the bottom layer and change the name to Background. This will also unlock the layer. Click OK when you're done. Let's do a soft blue background color. If you're using Adobe Photoshop 2020, to access the swatches in your Island Paradise group, go to the Swatches panel, click on Island Paradise New, open the folder, and you can select any of the swatches within the panel. As I click on the swatches, they show up in the foreground color in the Tools panel. Select a light shade of blue from the Swatches panel. If you did not select any light blues for the Island Paradise color group, select any color in the Swatches panel. You can later switch it to a light shade of blue in the color picker. Go to the Tools panel and click on the foreground color. If the swatch was a Pantone color, it would open in the color library. Select Picker to access the color picker. Use the slider to change the color to a range of soft aqua hues. Click OK when you're done. Press G for the paint bucket or select the paint bucket from the Tools panel. Click on the board to dump the color into the background. Go to the Layers panel and lock the background layer. Select the mood board layer and turn on the visibility. Press M for the Move tool, or go to the Tools panel to access the Move tool. Press Command T or Control T on the keyboard. Then click on the bottom corner of the mood board and drag inward to shrink. Double-click away from the image to deselect. Yes, there is. Go to Edit, scroll down to Free Transform, and then you'll see widgets around your board or your image. That means the image is selected. Grab on any of the widgets to increase or decrease the size of your image. Once you're done, double-click to deselect. Go to the Tools panel and select the Slice tool. Right-click on the mood board and select Divide Slice. Change horizontal to 5 and vertical to 7. If you wanted to find a tool in the Tools panel and you couldn't see it, it's probably hidden underneath another tool. So to easily find, say in this case, the Slice tool, go to the magnifying glass in the far right corner, click on that. It accesses the search. Type in Slice for the Slice tool. Click on that, and look, there it is. So if you were to click on it, you get to see the other tools that are listed underneath or listed with the Slice tool. So we have the Crop tool, Perspective, Slice, and Slice Selective tool. And that's how you find any tool, really, if you know the name of the tool that is not necessarily visible on the Tools panel. Use the search icon. Also, to right-click on a Mac, hold down the Control key and click. Then you can select the Divide Slice tool. If you had a PC with a mouse, you can just right-click using the mouse. If you don't have a mouse on a PC, hold down the Shift key and press F10. Also, when you click to right-click, and then scroll down and select Divide Slice. Check the boxes, the Divide Horizontal and the Divide Vertical, to access Slice Down and Slice Across. Then you can put 5 for horizontal and 7 for vertical. Then click OK when you're done. Pull a horizontal guide from the top ruler. Snap on the top of the bottom boxes. Pull a vertical guide from the side ruler. Snap on the side of the boxes at the far right. Go to the Swatches panel and select the first color. For this color story, I'm starting with warm, vibrant colors, then merging into cool, refreshing hues. Go to the Tools panel and select the Rectangle tool. Here's how to make square color swatches for a mood board or a color story. Use the rectangle to create a square that fits within the slices. Go to the Tools panel, select the new square layer, and change the layer name to the color of the square. In this case, I'll name it yellow. Press M for the Move tool. Then click on the first box, hold down the Option or Alt key, drag to the right to make a copy. Then go to the Properties panel, click on the color swatch in the Properties panel, and all the swatches from the Island Paradise swatch group will be available. Easy. I have 3 shapes here. Select a shape. Make sure it's selected within the Layers panel. Go to Properties. Select the swatch in the Properties panel. And my Island Paradise new board was already open, but if it's not, this is what it looks like. You can scroll through to find your color story or your group of colors, your color group. Then select your color group, and here are my colors. So I like this lavender. Let's take that. And to switch to the next color, click on the swatch. Select the swatch in the Properties panel, and then change the color. Choose your color of choice. Okay, I'll select the next swatch by clicking on it. Then once again in the Properties panel, go to the swatch box for the shape fill, and let's do a nice yellow. And that's it. Select a second color choice. In this case, I'm selecting red. The selected swatch on the workboard will change to reflect this color. Go to the Layers panel, select the red swatch layer, and change the name to red. I'm using the actual color names because I don't plan on adding the Pantone color names to the color story. However, if you do choose to add the names to the color story, it helps to use the correct Pantone color names for the layers. Click on the red box, hold down the Alt or Option key, and drag to the right to make a copy. Then go to the Properties panel and select the swatch. Choose any of the swatches in the Island Paradise group. Then click on the new swatch layer in the Layers panel and change the name. In this case, I am changing the name to light green. You can continue to repeat these steps until all the boxes on the bottom and the far right are filled. But this is not the look I'm going for, so let's delete everything. For this color story, I'm going for a watercolor packaging look, which is like circles of color pigment within a rectangular case. Go to the Tools panel and select the Ellipse tool. Then go to the first square on the bottom left, hold down the Shift key and create a circle. Make sure that the circle doesn't completely fill the box. Press M for the Move tool, hold down the Alt or Option key, click on the circle and drag to the right to make a copy. Click on the third copy, hold down the Option or Alt key, and then drag to the right to make another copy. Continue to repeat the same copy process and fill in all of the boxes on the bottom and the side of the workboard. Everything looks pretty much aligned, but just in case, click on the first circle, hold down the Shift key, and select all of the circles in the horizontal row. Notice the highlighted layers in the Layers panel. Those are the layers for the selected images. Go to the top of the workboard and click on the three dots icon for Align and Distribute. In Distribute Spacing, click on Distribute Horizontally. My circles were already evenly distributed, so nothing really happened. But if yours are uneven, they will become evenly distributed. Select the top circle in the far right, hold down the Shift key and select all the circles aligned vertically. Then go to Align and Distribute. Under Distribute Spacing, click on Distribute Vertically. Close the Align and Distribute box. Then click on the second circle in the horizontal row. Go to the Properties panel, click on the Set Fill Shape box and select a color. Select the third circle, go to the Properties panel, click on the box, select a color. Select the fourth circle, go to the Properties panel, click on the Set Fill Shape box, and then select a color. Repeat this process until all the circles are switched to the colors in the Island Paradise Swatch Group folder. I want a different color for this swatch, so I'm going to change it. Once you're done, close the Properties panel. Go to the Layers panel and scroll down to the bottom. On the workboard, click the first horizontal circle, then go to the Layers panel and change the name of the layer. In this case, I'm going to change it to yellow because that's the color of the first circle. Select the second circle in the Layers panel or select the circle on the workboard. Then go back to the Layers panel and change the layer name. In this case, I'm going to call it red. Click on the third circle on the workboard, then change the name in the Layers panel. In this case, it's light green. Continue to select each layer and change the name according to the circle it represents. To get a list of the Pantone color swatches names, click on the hamburger bar in the Swatches panel. Scroll down to large list, and here are the swatches with the Pantone names created in the previous tutorial. The new Adobe Photoshop 2020 Swatches panel has been changed to contain folders. So within each of these folders are color swatches. Island Paradise New are the swatches that were created in the previous tutorial. To view the names of the Pantone colors, open Island Paradise, go to the hamburger bar at the far right of the swatches panel, scroll down to large list and select. And there you go. Here are the colors. Go to the top menu bar, select View, scroll down and click Clear Slices. Go to the Tools panel and turn on the mood board visibility. Press M for the Move tool, Control or Command T for free transform. Then pull down on the right lower corner to increase the size of the mood board. Adjust the mood board to fit against the guides. Double-click to deselect the board. Press Command or Control semicolon on the keyboard to hide the guides. If you wanted to name each color swatch, you can refer to the Swatches panel. Select the horizontal type tool and label each of the color swatches. You can adjust the size, the font, and move it around to fit the screen the way you see fit. Ain't nobody got time for that. And we're done.